Welcome back, YouTube. General Soul here with the finale of Blood Omen, The Legacy of Kain. Now, we are coming to the point of no return. When we go to see the king here, you cannot go back for any secrets, spells, items, weapons, armor that you have missed. So if you don't have it where you have 4 storyline trophies left and the platinum, go find out what you're missing and go get those now. Otherwise, you will have to start a whole new game. So, when you are ready and you have all the missable trophies, just continue into the castle up the hall. When you enter this next door, you are at the point of no return.
I entered the court with the dollmaker's head in one hand and the doll containing the girl's soul in the other. I placed them both before the king and watched his eyes catch fire. With the doll in their possession, the court's sorcerers could restore his daughter's soul.
I do not know that I can thank you enough, warrior. My kingdom is but a small price to pay for my daughter's life. Willendorf is yours if you wish it.
'Tis not your kingdom I desire, but your army, Otmar. I require troops to vanquish the horde that descends upon us from the north.
Very well. Courtiers, fetch me my armor and mace. There is war to be waged!
The scourge of Nosgoth is upon us, friends. We shall die today as heroes, lest we live tomorrow as slaves. Ready thine arms for Nosgoth!
In the distance I saw the Nemesis armies march forward, a black tide that would soon wash over the armies of the Hope.
Move forward. First 2 screens, you don't have to worry about fighting anything. They will ignore you for Willendorf's army. It's the 3rd screen where you're going to actually have to worry about killing enemies.
They came at me in throngs, no fervor as strong as that inspired by a madman. The Nemesis armies were fierce and showed no signs of subsiding. The tide turned with Otmar's death. I watched as the remaining survivors of the armies of Hope fled to the safety of the forest. The battle had decided its victor. The fate of Nosgoth now lay in the Nemesis' hands. I sated my thirst on warriors of Horde and Hope alike, the dying relinquishing their final moments to give me strength.
So now that the army of Willendorf have lost, you will have the army of the Nemesis descend on you. Use Blood Shower or Lightning, whatever you choose. You don't have to kill everything. They are constantly respawning. Just make your way north. You will know you are at where you need to when you start seeing people crucified and you see like a tower door right in front of you. That is where you want to go. Right here.
At once the battlefield was gone. Where the ground was caked with blood and dirt, there was lush greenery. Where chaos reigned only moments before, this damning calm prevailed. Alas, it seemed I was stranded here. The time-streaming device lay in pieces at my feet.
Would you stand idle as vermin destroy your crops? No! As your house burned? No! Will you allow this evil to continue? No! Will the wickedness end? Yes! Do you believe? Yes! Then take me to your king, so that I can prepare you for the onslaught.
So when I first played this game, I didn't quite understand what was going on here. The game kind of explained it, but I guess I really wasn't paying attention. Essentially, this is explained a lot better in the sequels. We have been transported back to the past. If you remember the previous Guardian, the last Guardian of the pillars that we defeated, we found a time streaming device. Ariel said it will guide you in time. It activated at the end of that battle and brought us 50 years into the past. Now, as such, any items that you got in any of these buildings have respawned, so you can go back in and get them if you want. This is your opportunity to go back to the Moon Gate and get the Spirit Forge of Pentalock of Tarot. But you will have to wait for a full moon again.
So it seemed I was in the land of William the Just, 50 years before the battle I had just escaped would take place.
Yeah, I'm assuming I just wasn't paying attention to what Kain was saying the first time I played through the game, because I really was like, what's going on? I don't know. Either I just completely missed that triangle, or I just wasn't listening. I don't know. But again, it is explained in detail in the sequels. Anyway, continue going up. And again, remember, if you want that Spirit Forge, go get it now. If you don't, move forward. And this plays a massive role in the rest of the series.
The stronghold of William the Just. It was time for me to pay a visit to he who would become the nemesis and force Nosgoth on its knees.
So there's always been that age-old question on time travel. If you could go back in time and stop Hitler before he came to power, would you? Well, in a way, we have that exact circumstance here. We are in the past, before the Nemesis came to power. We have the opportunity to take him out. What could possibly go wrong? Right? Anyway, since I don't have any magic, and we are literally on the home run for the ending of the game. We essentially have three set pieces that will all fit in this video left to do. I don't really need any more items. There's not really much of anything else to collect other than one secret. And I'm not even going to get that secret, but I will tell you about the secret when we get there. And I'm pretty much done. So this really is just rush forward, beat the game now. Once you actually talk to King Otmar after you beat the doll maker, the game is rushing you to the ending. Anyway, hit that switch right there. Continue up. Avoid fireballs best you can. And to the right we have the last blood vial. By this point, long past this point, I think for the past 2 or 3 videos, we have been full health, and for at least the last 2 videos, we have been full magic, so not really needed, but I need reflect, or repel, sorry. Repel is absolutely a must for the rest of the game. Energy Bolt can be useful for in just a minute, and then whatever else, Lightning and Blood Shower can be good. You don't really need Control Mind. So really, you might want Blood Shower, you might want Lightning, you definitely want Repel, and now we have no more use for Energy Bolt. So really, we just need those 3 spells, we're done. Alright, let me just feed off you guys then. Alright, hit this switch up here. We have a magic orb refill right there. Let me just drain you of a little blood. And down. Alright, hit the switch to open the door. There is our last rune triangle. If you are not full health in magic by this point, you're not going to be full health in magic. Anyway, the door down is locked, so we need to go up. Go ahead and kill the enemies here. I'm going to drag him over to the pool. Let him die. Use your mist form here. Why you made the castle so cold that there is ice on the ground by spikes, I don't know. Anyway, we'll just use a font of putrescence to kill those. Hit this switch. Kill that guard, hit this switch. And there's one more switch needed. Font of putrescence those. Hit this switch. The door in the middle going north is now open. So once again, we want mist form to get through. Again, why are you making it so cold that it freezes the floor? Hard to see, but there are spike balls in that hallway that we just came from. So maybe stay in mist form until you get through the door. Okay. Make it through, kill the enemies as needed. We are forced, for the story of this game, to go down the stairs first.
Yes, these weapons you have provided will see to that. Pray tell, Mobius, what game do you play?
None, my lord. I only wish to aid you in vanquishing your foes. The weapons are but a token of my goodwill.
And the news you bring, a vampire said to slay me? Where did you come upon such knowledge?
'Tis of no consequence, sire. 'Twas only out of concern for your majesty's life.
Perhaps. Very well, then. You may leave me now, but should I wish to speak to you...
I will know, your majesty, and I shall be there in time.
Once you hear that conversation between Mobius and William the Just, this door opens. Continue north. Killing the enemies as you see fit. I'm just using items because we will need some magic for the battle. And as I said, we are getting very, very close to the end of the game. And I've got a ton of items that I just need to use up. Hit that switch there. Best to go ahead and use a mist form to get through the spikes. And unfortunately, since I killed that guy off camera, we didn't have a pool to kill the second guy, but go north. Easy enough to avoid these traps here down the middle. Continue going north as you want. I'm just going to drag enemies to the font of putrescence. And we'll just go ahead and kill them. Before we hit those switches, go either left or right. It does not matter. It's pretty much the same way. Avoid the traps. You may want to use mist form here if you don't feel comfortable. I didn't. Hit this switch. There is one on the left as well. Take out the enemies, hit the switch on the left, and then we go down the middle and hit those two switches, which will open the door forward. Correction, only hit this switch. That will open the door. Hitting the other switch will close the door. Anyway, I meant spells. We want to get Repel ready because there is no preamble with the boss fight. We're not at the boss fight yet, but we are getting very close. After you kill the enemies in this room, be ready with Repel. Hit the switch on the right to open the door. And you also, actually, we want to have a font of putrescence ready from this screen. So have a font of putrescence ready and be ready to move to Repel.
Ah, yes, the vampire. Mobius told me you would come.
So use a font of putrescence to take down those two guards. There's two more to the north. Get their attention, bring them to the pool, and then just keep Repel up and hammer away at William. Eventually he will go down. He has a lot of health. If you're using the flame sword, you may need to cast a spell 3 or 4 times. If you don't have any magic power, use an energy bank. Again, it may take you 3 or 4 before you finally take him down. But once he's down, that is the trophy for defeating William the Just.
As his guards rushed to save him, William the Just's blood was already renewing my strength, replacing the life his sword had stolen from my veins. The poor fools, come to aid their fallen leader. Let us have some amusement.
So I just wanted to use Blood Shower to replenish some of my magic and kill these guys really quickly. Come upstairs for another time streaming device.
Time streaming device. Strange. When coincidence seems too convenient, I prefer to call it fate. With William the Just dead, Mobius's plans have been thwarted. His pawn was removed from the game.
So, again, that fight with William the Just is one of the most important moments to happen in the entire series, as it is explained in future games. That moment changed history. So again, putting it in modern terms, Kain just went back in time and killed Hitler before he came to power. So everything should be good, right? Wrong. Mobius has now turned the townspeople into a rabid army to destroy all vampires, wiping them from existence. Killing Nosgoth's version of Hitler had worse circumstances, had worse after effects than letting him live. Either way, the game was rigged. Now, these guys here, these vampire hunters, they are pretty strong. If you use a font of putrescence, it will take 2 to kill them. They will die instantly to a pool left behind, but to initially kill one, it takes 2. Implode, however, will still kill them in 1 shot if you want to use items. Here is the final secret of the game, essentially. Come down here. This isn't it, but if you can get down there to those 3 Hearts of Darkness, that is secret 100. I don't care, so I'm not going to even bother. But of course, for you, if you are trying for all the secrets, that's secret 99. I marked that as secret 100 because I mentioned secret 100 whenever earlier. It is again, we are in a new timeline. That moon door for the Spirit Forge of Pentalock of Tarot is available. Again, that is your final secret. So if you want to wait another 2 hours for a full moon, feel free. I'm not going to do it. At least some of the ice melted. So what we're needing to do here, that bottom door is closed as you see. We want to hit the middle switch here. That will close the doors out, so you need to go down to get out of here. I'm going to have my blood shower ready. Kill these guys and just go through this pathway here, avoiding spikes. Go through this hole in the wall. I think those were ghosts, but oh well. Alright, now we can go down and get out of here, or move closer to getting out of here. Yeah, some of these vampire hunters, they are quite dangerous. Overall toughness, they're not the toughest enemies in the game, but they can drain your health really quickly. Anyway, from here, just continue going down. We will need mist form. Try to avoid the fireballs best you can. This should look familiar. Well, I was doing perfectly at dodging the fireballs up until there. I just stood in the way. I'm just going to stay in mist form and avoid battles. I don't really want to fight these ghosts. I just want to get out of here. I'm like, whenever I get to the end where I can switch back to being me, I will, and they just kept coming. So now back to vampire form. We're almost out of here now. And we're going to use some implodes here. We can also just use some magic if we want to. And well, I'll take that. And this should get us out of the castle here. If you need some Hearts of Darkness, there they are. I am still full.
I found myself once more in the Nosgoth I knew. The carnage from battle was gone. Yet there was something amiss. From the distance, I heard cries, and a breeze from the south carried with it the faint odor of vampire blood.
Anyway, if you come over here into this little corner, kill this ghost, we have an energy orb and an energy bank. Grab those real quick if you wish, and continue south. Once again, items have replenished inside buildings. If you wish to check them out, feel free. I don't. I'm just rushing to get through the game now. We are done. The game is complete. Well, it's not complete, but it pretty much is, because we really only have a couple of more sequences.
'Twould seem the folly fell upon my own shoulders. With their sainted King William dead by my hand, the people of the land were consumed by a hunger all their own, for vampire blood.
All right, we're getting close to the last stretch. Again, this is your opportunity here to go for the final secret if you want it, that Spirit Forge for the Pentalock of Tarot. One last time. You just will have to wait 2 hours. So essentially, it can take you about 8 hours to beat this game and get most of the secrets, but if you really, really, absolutely must have 100%, you're looking at 10 hours for this game. I didn't want to wait anymore, so we're just going to finish the game. Alright, we are almost at the end here.
I make no pretense to justify my killing, yet these vampire hunters would cloak their bloodlust beneath a veil of righteousness. Hypocrites! They would make themselves judge and jury. Very well then. Let us see how they take to my role as executioner.
So I'm absolutely just using Pentalock of Tarot because we're not going to be using any items after these guys right here. When we get to the next section, we're basically 3 boss fights. So again, last chance if you want any Hearts of Darkness, take them. If not... Now, there is a little bug, especially on the PS4 and PS5 version here.
We are free of this unholy scourge! Not yet, my friend. Would you be free of the plague if only one city was cleansed? No! Would you spare one wolf in the pack that has devastated your herd? No! Then let us destroy them all! Yes! He is the last! Destroy him!
So when you load in, Mobius is supposed to start talking and Kain talks to him. But he doesn't talk unless you put on your disguise.
The people will not rest until Nosgoth is purged of your kind.
I had been betrayed. In my haste, I had not realized it before. That sigil on his forehead, the Oracle of Nosgoth, was in fact the time streamer Mobius, and I had followed his advice. How much of my quest was of his design? Willendorf? The Battle of the Last Stand? William the Just? Was this the trap he had fashioned for me?
We will send you back to the grave, whence you came, vampire.
Alright, so for this boss fight, there's several different sections that we will go through and fight minions of Mobius first.
I have seen the future, Kain. You are not in it. Let us call upon the puppets from the past. From the present. And from ages yet. May Victus! May Victus!
Save Victor! Save Victor!
Ironic. By going back in time and altering the past, you turned William the Just into the Nemesis.
Aye, you have seen my plan, vampire, as I've seen your destiny. The future says you die.
But I am dead. As are you.
I knew that Mobius's hourglass was the focus of his time-streaming magic. Farewell, sorcerer. The sands of time have ceased to flow for you.
Well done, Kain. Mobius did so love playing the trickster's part. His guise as the Oracle served his schemes well. Pity with all his plots he failed to plan for you. Come to me, my undead son. Make haste to the pillars. The stage is set for the grand finale. You will have your vengeance.
You betrayed us, Mortanius. You had Kain killed and turned him into a monster. You set him upon us.
It had to be. Nopraptor's insanity poisoned all of our minds. The Circle had failed in its sworn duties. It had to be destroyed.
Failed our duties? Idiot! The Circle exists for us. We don't exist for it. Our powers will save or damn Nosgoth at our whim. Stand with us, Mortanius, or die.
Then I shall die.
If the Circle is to be destroyed, you have to die as well, Necromancer. I admire your cunning, but you will not escape your fate.
Nay, I will embrace it. But my death will leave one more to take, Princeling. Finish me!
We are at the final two battles. So first, we have to take out Mobius. Kill any of his minions that are in your way, cast Repel, and just move up and attack him. He will teleport off of the pillars at one point. Just walk up to him, hit him again till he teleports again. He'll be back on the pillars. And then hit him a few more times and he is dead. And we have our final boss battle.
You thought yourself a king, when in fact you were a pawn. You have served me well, Kain.
I serve no one.
Indeed, such narrow vision. Don't you see? My silencing of Ariel and its calculated repercussions is but the first act in my theater of Grand Guignol, of which you are the tragic hero. Play on, little vampire. Play on.
Fay Victus!
So this is the final boss of the game, and what is going on here is retconned later, and I will not ruin what it is, but it does play a major role in the story later. Just keep your rappel up so that you don't take damage, and keep swinging at him. He will kind of disappear, and then he will jump out trying to attack you. If you keep your rappel up, then it's no big deal, and he will eventually go down. Once he goes down, you are given a choice of what ending you want. When we have our choice for the endings, one is canon, one is not. We will pick the non-canon ending first so you can see it, and then I will reload and show you the canon ending that continues the story of the legacy of Kain.
I am the last pillar, the only survivor of the Circle of Nine. At my whim, the world will be healed or damned. At my whim.
In his life, he was unknown, a petty noble. In death, he was unknown. Yet by choosing oblivion, he restored balance to the land. Shades cast no shadows.
Once I embraced my powers, I realized that Vorador was correct. We are gods. Dark gods. And it is our duty to thin the...
And that is the end of Blood Omen, the legacy of Kain. So picking the ending where you choose not to sacrifice yourself causes the sequels. We got over 2,000 slayings, over almost 800 meals, almost 900. We missed 5 secrets. Prestige of an Overlord. Not bad. Whenever I platinum this on the PS4, I only got 75 secrets. So I did get better, closer. I don't know what all I missed because I think I marked them all. But anyway, as far as my thoughts on Blood Omen, I mean, as I said, if you can get past the loading screens, it is a good game, great story, fun to play. I tend to need a red drink next to me because I get very, very thirsty for some reason playing these games. A friend of mine was one time watching me play, and he's like, I need something red to drink. It's like, yeah, I know. But anyway, if you have enjoyed this walkthrough of Blood Omen, The Legacy of Kain, feel free to subscribe for more. Feel free to drop a like. Will I be doing the rest of the Legacy of Kain? Yes, I will, because I do have the whole series. I'm thinking of playing the PS4 version of Soul Reaver on stream on Twitch as a test run to get that platinum, and then do the walkthrough on the PS5 version here on YouTube. So if you want to see me run through the game, figuring out how to get the trophies and remembering how to play Soul Reaver, join me on Twitch, and we will run through that. Otherwise, I will see you in the next walkthrough, which will most likely be The Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. I'll see you guys then.